What's up, everybody? It is Father's Day 2015. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Thank you again for all your hard work and molding us to my dad. I'm sorry, everybody else. My dad is the best dad in the world. Joel, I love you. It's an honor to be able to work with you every single day. Here is Tim Grittani. This is my top student, and you can see his profit graph right here. He has taken a few $1,000s and turned it into 2.7 million now in just a few years, since really, 2012. So freaking crazy. He shares everything. Thank you again for sharing everything. But he is so incredible that he is not just a student anymore. He's a teacher, and he's coming out with his own DVD. I'm very proud to announce that you can now order it early bird pricing. You save $1,000. It's going to be, I think, 16 plus hours of footage, of video, a lot of live trades, but really just the rules and the strategies of how he's done this. This is the dream. He's very humble. I'm not as humble as him, and I am proud to say that he has the single best track record of any trader in the world over the past 4 or 5 years. I'm sure that there's some other people who have, done this. They don't share every trade publicly, and they certainly don't teach it. So I highly, highly encourage you to go to timgrittani.com and lock in the early bird pricing. I know, you guys want cheap study guides. This is $797 right now. When we sell it, when it is actually complete in August, it's going to be $1,797. And that's still a deal, for somebody who literally has taken a few thousand and turned it into a few million, holds nothing back. I've been watching it. FYI, here's some of his live trades. Listen.
Now the COHI market maker comes in and joins him. I feel like it can't get going, so I add another 5,000 shares. Now I'm up to 35.
So you can see, he's showing the level 2 and the time and sales, the charts, and he's showing his position size. Several trades. I watched him just make 24,000. Let me see. Here's one, AEMD. He was shorting it. He made 5,700. Or he realized. Here's a 1,700 one. He has charts galore. Oh, this was the one where he made $200,000 in a day. This is just one chapter. He has 16 chapters, and I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on it. More importantly than just saving money or learning, the reason why I'm making this video today, the DVD won't be ready for roughly a month and a half. The first 250 people to get this DVD to lock in your spot for the early bird pricing, you get access to a live trading webinar that he'll be doing. I think he talks about it in this video.
Hey, Tim Grittani here. First off, I'd like to congratulate you on taking action on joining my early bird.
He goes into this whole speech, but later he talks about how the first 250 people will get access to his live trading webinar. He's only going to do one. He does trading webinars for my Trading Challenge students, but they're not live trading ones. They're usually Q&A. I think they're always Q&A. So this will be his one live trading webinar for the first 250 people. So we've been selling quite a few of these since they just went on sale yesterday. And I will tell you that you probably have, I don't know, maybe 24, 36, 48 hours. You can't predict sales exactly, but I will tell you, you have just a few days to lock in, the early 250 spots requirement to get into the live trading webinar. It's not our choice. I would choose 1,000 people to get into the webinar. This is the webinar software that we use. It limits it at 250 people to be able to do the webinar software and to do the live trading. It's very difficult to do live trading webinars. I do them. So it's only for the first 250 people. And trust me, the DVD is going to be great, but that live trading webinar is going to be priceless too. And he said, I don't know exactly how many hours, but he's like, you guys do these 1 hour webinars all the time. I want to do more. So I don't know if that means 2 or 3 or 4 hours, but it's going to be off the hook, and it's only going to be available to those of you who lock in, be one of the first 250 people. So there's a little reason for you to jump on this, and also you get the $1,000 in savings. But more importantly, I just want you to think about this and really understand it. There's a lot of people who are quick to rip on people, who educate and people who make DVDs. I understand the industry. It's kind of weird, like who watches DVDs? Like it's like a used car salesman or something. But what you don't understand is that my DVDs and Tim Grittani's DVDs, we share every single rule that has made us successful, and we share, instances of our losses. So we help you try and understand what has worked for us and what hasn't worked for us so that we can, speed up your education. I've now made over 4.3 million in trading. He's at 2.7 million. He has losses sometimes. I have losses sometimes. You'll have losses sometimes too. But with these rules and with these examples of these live trades, you can, structure every single one of your trades and investments better using the knowledge of, self-made millionaires. And we all started with a few $1,000s. And I know it sounds crazy. Some people say we're lucky. Some people say we're fraudulent. Because we show every single trade and because we explain the rules and the patterns behind every trade. It's not luck, it's not fraud, it's strategy, and it's being meticulous. Tim Grittani has literally 16 hours plus of footage that has made him successful. Charts, live trades, and the basics too. I know some of you guys are overwhelmed. When you see like a live trade and you're like, whoa, wait, what's going on? The first few hours of Tim Grittani's DVD are very basics. He takes you through literally how he's taught himself and used some of my lessons to become the trader that he has. So you don't have to be worried if you're a totally newbie or beginner. And once you have the DVD and it's streaming, it's going to be on Profitly. Once you have access to this, you can watch it over and over and over and over again. And it's great, and I'm proud to be a teacher, and I'm very proud that Tim Grittani is a teacher. You Trading Challenge students know him. He gives better webinars than I do. It's pretty crazy how good he is at trading and now at teaching. And you got to be very thankful because he doesn't have to do this. Like he doesn't need the money from the DVD. It's a little extra money. Sure, it's nice to be rewarded for your hard work. He's been working on this DVD for 7 months, but it's more about what this education can do for you. Because, the fact is, sadly, 80, 90, maybe even 95% of traders fail and they lose money. I've seen other chat rooms, other newsletters where, you use the wrong rules and you don't realize it until it's too late. And a few weeks ago, people were losing 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of their accounts when they're following the wrong rules and the wrong lessons and the wrong patterns and not understanding risk. So any education that you can get from somebody who has had huge gains and some rather large losses too helps you understand risk and helps you, prepare better for every single trade. So I cannot encourage you enough to grab this early bird pricing right now. Again, my guess is you have between 36 and 48 hours from the time I post this video before we, sell the first 250 copies. So if that's not motivation, to get into his live trading webinar, I don't know what is. It's going to be in a few weeks. It's not going to be right now. So, you'll get notified of the upcoming live trading webinar, and it'll be just an amazing opportunity. And then this DVD comes out and I believe he's shooting for August 1st, 2015, but he's still working on it. He sent me all the chapters, but some of them he thinks that he can do a little better and he can refine it. This man is meticulous. I've made millions, but I'm not as meticulous. I'm kind of like, okay, it's not an exact science. He breaks everything down in this DVD into a specific science. He has spreadsheets galore. He shares those actual spreadsheets for $797. I don't think there's any better DVD or any guide in the world where you're going to learn as much. And I do have to repeat it. This is the single most successful trader in the world. I know that there are traders who make more, but they start with 10 million and they turn into 50 million. That's cool. This guy is like any other regular person with a few $1,000s to their name, and now he has a few $1 million. So please learn from him. Do not whine. later when the price goes up, we're still going to sell out, a ton of copies when it's nearly $2,000 because the value, it's pennies on the dollar to what you can make and what you can learn and apply it to every single trade. But then also the live trading webinar, you have, a day, maybe a day and a half or two to grab that. So thank you again. Happy Father's Day. Tim Grattani's DVD. This is going to be a game changer. Just watch.